this morning we're going off to our Parque Retiro first, and then we are gonna go to the Prado Museum. I've booked that for 10:15. I thought I would just show you while we're here how we're obviously doing like fine navigating and finding our way and stuff. So for example, I won't actually use where we're going this morning as an example because that's quite a bad example, but say you want to go to Gran Via. Let's do Gran Via because that's quite a common one. So obviously I've just put it into Apple Maps. You have the option for driving, so obviously it's like a 15-minute drive. For walking it's a half an hour walk, but then if you press this middle one here, this is like the trains and stuff, and if you go down the bottom you can filter out what you want, so buses, the suburban rail, which is that the above ground one, ferry, I mean that's just weird, and underground. So I've just filtered out all the rest to just be underground so that we can see the ones that we can go on with our metro pass. So if you do that and press that button, it shows you the quickest way to get there by the metro as well. So the quickest station to walk to then get which line going where, to which direction, to stop where, and then get out, and then it will also tell you if you need to carry on walking that side as well. And this is how we've been doing everything, and it's really, really helpful because it tells you exactly what lines you need and where you need to change and how many stops and all of that sort of stuff. So just bear in mind that actually you can use that for doing the metro stations as well. You don't have to always just look at the metro map. But this morning we are going to be walking because that's the easiest way to get to the places we are going this morning. So I'm just going to put Palacio De Cristal in and just put that we're going to be walking there. And so this is obviously coming up with the bus route. We're not going to get the bus, we're just going to walk over there. So we'll do that. This big building just here is the Atocha Station, which is about a 3-minute walk from the Hard Rock Hotel. Atocha Station is like one of the main stations in Madrid, so if you're coming from most places you'll be able to get a train into this station. So if you want somewhere which is local to a big train station, Hard Rock Hotel is a good hotel for that. So this building here is the Department of Agriculture. It's a beautiful building, one of the most beautiful in Madrid, so it's a good sort of like photo opportunity, and that's just across the road from the Atocha. I also just wanted to mention that, as I said at the beginning of the trip, I will do anything not to get bitten by mosquitoes, but actually I wore bug spray on the first day because I didn't want to risk it, but I've not had any bites at all. Since then I've not worn any. Ben hasn't either, and he's normally the first one they'll go for. So it's just worth bearing in mind that actually I don't think there's any mosquitoes around here. Sorry, I'm talking up a hill, so there's no mosquitoes around here, so that is just worth bearing in mind. Probably because it's not on the coast and it's kind of a landlocked city. Right, this is El Parque Retiro. So this is obviously one of the main parks. It's the 3rd biggest in Madrid. Don't ask me to tell you how big it is because I cannot remember, but it's within the hundreds of acres rather than the tens of acres. But it's kind of just like a massive yeah, park, green park I suppose. There's lots of trees, lots of grass, and I think a lot of people come here to kind of get away from the city. So yeah, this is El Parque Retiro. So they've even got some tennis courts just here. Fancy bringing your racket and playing? It's very beautiful. I don't know how well this is coming up on camera, but you can see this park is like just hundreds and hundreds of different walkways, like a complete labyrinth. So you could spend hours and hours just walking around this place. Right, you can see just emerging out here, this is the Palacio De Cristal, which is basically the Crystal Palace. And it's quite literally almost like a big sort of greenhousey type thing. It's just completely glass on the outside. It's pretty stunning, really. So Ben is still using obviously this backpack we got at the airport. How have you found it?
It's really good actually, yeah. It was designed as a travel one, so.
Oh, was it? It's actually a specific travel one. I think it's waterproof as well, isn't it? It's like this kind of like waxy material. But yeah, you found it quite good, haven't you?
Yeah, good shot.
If I can find the model, I'll put it on the screen now. But you've really enjoyed it. Well, not enjoyed carrying the backpack, but enjoyed having a good backpack.
Yeah, we should have bought one from home. It was an expensive compromise.
Oh, of course.
£100 something, £100.
No, it was an 89.
Oh.
It was 89, so yeah, it was definitely expensive. Plus they capitalise on the airport, you know.
Yeah.
But it was yeah, it's a good backpack. So if anyone's interested in having a good backpack,
Yeah, actually, what I like is it's got this. It's got a little zip in here.
yeah, it's got like a concealed zip there, and it also has this this feature on the back, which is like a kind of handle which you can slip over the handle of your like suitcase, so that obviously you don't have to carry the suitcase around the airport, which isn't really good as well. So it's got a few cool kind of like features, plus it's waterproof, which actually I think is quite a good thing. So yeah, if I can find the model, I'll tag it on screen. Right, so this is kind of quite a central point in the El Parque Retiro. At the middle there, this big statue here is the Fuente del Angel Caido. Yeah, excuse my pronunciation, but it's just kind of a big water. I think it's a fountain usually, but it's not going today. But they have all these very beautiful kind of like structures here. So I'm just going to take a couple of photos and then we're going to make our way over to the Palacio de Valazquez. You probably also noticed that I've got my hair down today, and I never have my hair down because, especially in foreign countries when it's hot, because I have quite a lot of hair and it's very, very warm. Because I washed it this morning, so I took the hairband out, and now and then I forgot my hairband. So now I have no hairband and I am literally boiled. I feel like I've got a carpet on my head. So I might have to try and find a hairband somewhere, because this is just, I can't, it's too hot, it's too hot. Almost like a place they could come and sit in the park kind of thing. But it's become more of like a museum-y type thing now, I think. But I think you can go in, it's just...
I'm pretty sure they're saying on the ticket.
I'll have to look it up.
Back in the day, unless you were invited by the King or Queen, you couldn't actually access this park, could you?
Oh no, yeah. Was that this one or was that the other one?
It was multiple ones.
Oh. Nice fountain here. Beautiful lake. You know what that means, Ben? Mosquitoes. Right, so this here is just the entrance to the Palacio De Cristal. So if you want to go in, this is where you would enter. I think Ben's just trying to work out if you have to pay for it or not. I think it's free. I have a feeling it's free. But you think it's free? Yeah, I think it is free. Oh my goodness, in this little lake, I think I've just seen some tortoises. It is a tortoise. Oh my god, it's turtles, it's turtles. Oh my god, can you see them? Can you see their little faces? Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh, Bean. Little tortoises. Oh, they are so cute. Look at them, little turtles. This is quite a good angle just here. So you've got the lake there and then the palace there. Right, Ben did just go into the palace. So he said that there's not a lot in there. It is just what you can see from the outside, but it is very beautiful looking at it from inside. So, and it is for free, so you could go in there if you have a spare minute. And then literally just opposite that palace is the Palacio de Valazquez, which is this. So this is that. This is the information. So yeah, just look, I think it's free and you can just go in there. It's open 10 till 7 at the moment. Yeah, so in here it looks like it's just a few like kind of bits of the art collection from the Reina Sofia, which is pretty cool really. I won't be able to spend too long in here, like I said. Basically we're booked at the Prado at 10:15 and it is now currently 10:10. So, and it's about a 20-minute walk. Yeah, they're all quite visually striking pieces in here actually. But yeah. So yeah, what I was saying was it's a 20-minute walk over to the Prado. So we are going to be a bit late, but can't miss out when you're here. I just realised, what an idiot, it says free admission right there. So it said it was the pieces of San Miguel d'Este. Probably butchering that pronunciation, but that's who it was. That was his pieces in there. I did take a little clip of the write-up. No, it said and then all forward and then onwards.
Yeah, from 1980.
Oh, from 90. Yeah, okay, fine. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And now we're just going to wander over to the Prado.
There are a couple of nice little cafes in this park as well.
Yeah, look, like this one here.
We're a bit early for them.
Yeah, and most things in Spain don't seem to open till at least sort of like 10 or 11. Very sort of European. Oh, I think we were meant to go down there then. Alright, Speed to Prado. I said earlier I was really pleased because I hadn't been bitten, and now we've just walked through a park with loads of foliage and loads of water. So I'm really hoping I still don't get bitten, but that'll just be my luck. Right, also just so you know, all the, just be careful, on the edge of the Retiro Park is like the main road, which is very, very fast and quite dangerous, so just make sure you go to a crossing, an actual crossing, and cross over there. Also, the crossings here are like automatic. I don't know if they're done by sensor or they just on a timer, but they do go on their own. So if you just wait at a crossing for long enough, it will go green, and then you can cross, and they make this quite unnerving noise. I'll see if I can catch a clip of it when they do go, but it's like a, I don't know, always like a tweet. It's very strange, but yeah, just make sure you're careful on the roads around here, and there are plenty of crossings. Right, so we just came up behind the Prado and we're just going around the front. What they do seem to do at most of the museums around here that's quite good is have a separate entrance for the groups, so you're not waiting in sort of huge lines of groups of people. So there's a separate entrance from the groups, like usually around the side, and then the main entrance is around the front where you get tickets and then enter as well. So not unlike any of the other museums, but very beautiful architecturally around the front and the back, the whole way around. It's just beautiful. They have lots of statues and all of that sort of thing. Seems to be a theme around Madrid, that everything is just very beautiful architecturally, and this is not unlike that. This is the main ticket office here, the main bit you come into, and then if you have already got tickets, he said just go round the side of the building, around the back. I guess there's like another entrance around the back, whereas that's where you go if you've already got tickets. Once again, the queue was not as massive as it was for the Royal Palace yesterday to get tickets, but it was still reasonably long, so this is another one I probably recommend getting, like pre-booking your tickets for. Yeah, here we go. So there's the entrance there if you've already got tickets. So as you come in, as expected, there's a cloakroom for you to put your bags in. Right, so as you come in, there's the shop, and then if you've bought an audio guide or want to purchase one, this is where the audio guides are, and then information is there. Right, we picked up our audio guides, and we're just going to head around and get a quick drink from the cafe. The cafe, which is next to the shop here. I've just picked up a floor plan. If you go to the information, they have a floor plan in all different languages, for obviously to get around if you don't have the audio guide. I've also just noticed that there is no filming or photography allowed inside the like when we start to get through to all the paintings, so I won't be able to film anything in there, but I'll try and do as much as I can outside of there. But yeah, they're open most days. Yeah, where are we now? Monday, Saturday, 10 till 8. So yeah. Right, so they have a lot of seating in here for the cafe, but they also just have this little bit of seating outside, which looks really nice, so we're going to go and sit out there. Right, so we got a bottle of water, a Coke, a pan of chocolat, just a normal coffee with milk, and some crisps. Was that everything? Yeah. And you can see it came to 10.40, so the bottle of water was €2, the Coke was $3.45, the crisps were €2, and the... I just realised they didn't charge us for the coffee. Sorry, the pan au chocolat was $2.95, I just realised they didn't charge us for the coffee. Oh well. So yeah, 10.40, but obviously it would have been the coffee on top of that. So yeah, we're just going to have this. We've sat outside in this nice little courtyard bit here. Just going to have this, and then we're going to go inside. Right, we are all done with our coffees and stuff like that, and we're going to head into the museum now. So we'll see you on the other side. Okay, we've now just come out of the museum, the art gallery. I did purchase a sort of like A3 print of one of the paintings, which I'll show you when we get back to the room, because I just really liked it and wanted to frame it. Right, we're going to head over now to the Plaza Mayor, and it's going to be best to just wander over there, have a walk. It's only about 20-minute walk like it was this morning, so we'll just wander over there now and have a look around. I'll talk about in a bit more detail about the museum later, but it was, how long do you think we spent there then?
Just under 2 hours.
2 hours. And I mean, we didn't do the whole thing, and we did, we took
We saw everything, didn't we? But we didn't sort of stop and listen to every single audio guide entry.
Yeah.
The good thing about here is that the audio guide has, I think it's 4 different options that you can choose. So I think they call it Prado in an hour, Prado in 2 hours, Prado in 3 hours, or the full tour. So if you want to do the full tour, it's 9 hours.
You literally have to get here for opening.
So it's basically a full day thing if you wanted to listen to
every single thing.
Item, but it's quite good that they kind of direct.
But also in that information guide I showed you at the beginning, they have like highlight which are the most famous paintings in there on each of the floors, which if you really just want to pick out the most famous ones, it's quite getting the floor plan is a really good way of doing that. So definitely pop to the information desk and get that floor plan anyway.
Yeah, and depending on your section of art, you may agree or disagree with which one should be the most famous.
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely. Right, while I'm here, I thought I'd just show you the ticket price. So it's €15 a person, or if you come within the last 2 hours that the museum is open, it's free. So this is another one where if you come in the last 2 hours, it is free as well. So just worth bearing in mind, because it's, yeah, like I say, €15 a person. I can't remember how much the audio guides were. Let me just ask Ben. Ben, do you remember how much the audio guide was? Did it tell you on the ticket?
Yeah, it was €5.
So they're €5 each. That's about the amount it seems to be, just generally. So yeah, again, worth trying to get in the last couple of hours if you want to save sort of €15 a person. Remember that noise I was telling you about? I don't know if how well you can hear that. Just popped into Alliop to see if I can get a hairband. Picked up this one, and that means I won't be so hot now, because it's becoming a little bit unbearable. If you don't know what shop I mean by Alliop, it's the one with the cow outside, that one. Okay, so this is the Plaza Mayor. It's just basically a big square. It's got lots and lots of kind of restaurants around the edge of it, and there's a little statue in the middle here, but it's very, again, like I keep saying, architecturally stunning. Yeah, but it's this is it. Right, so from what I've heard, basically the only place which is actually worth getting, you know, a nice meal around here that's not kind of a bit like tourist trappy is this restaurant called Restaurant de Corazon, which is over in the corner over here. So we're just going to see if they can give us a table now. Right, yeah, so the actual restaurant is right in the corner over there. They've got waiters outside, and this is the view obviously from the restaurant. This is the outside seating bit. They have more outside seating there, and then it's just like an online menu once. Right, just to give you an idea of what's on the menu, there's kind of various starters, like prawns, quesadillas, all of that sort of stuff. They've got salads, Caesar salad and all that. Mains, so various like ribs and burritos and meats and fish and all that, and there's some desserts there. I'm gonna have the huevos rotos de Corazon, which a lot of people recommended here on TripAdvisor. It's basically just like egg cooked with like crispy potato and black truffle, and Ben's gone for the entrecote, which is like a veal steak cooked with fries. So yeah, that's what we're having. Right, so this is the veal entrecote that Ben's got. It's quite large actually, isn't it? Fries, and then this is the thing I was talking about. So it's like crispy sort of shredded potato with kind of like comfy egg yolk and black truffle on the top. What do you think?
It's nice, yeah.
Do you think that's just the way they cooked it? Because I was actually going to say the opposite. Mine is not salty enough.
Oh, really?
But that is really good. I definitely recommend it, considering it's in this like plaza, which is obviously like a tourist trap kind of place. Actually, this is a really nice place. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It looks much better than some of the
yeah, definitely. I forgot to say, this is actually the place we'd intended to come to last night, but we didn't come to in the end, so it's nice that we're still getting to come here for lunch instead. Right, we're all done with our lunch now. Overall impressions?
It was good for a restaurant which is in a big plaza like that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And also it wasn't too bad. Like the bill came to €35. I gave him 40 because it was really quick and he was a good waiter. I mean, we were in and out of there within about, what could have been about half an hour. That's the thing.
I'm feeling it now, we're walking as well.
So yeah, it was super quick as well. So yeah, if you want a quick lunch at the plaza for kind of like good value and not a tourist trap, then that's a good one. Right, we're now heading over to get the metro from the Seoul Station line because we didn't, to go back to the Retiro Park, because we didn't manage to see the lake there earlier, or the monument on the lake. So we're going to go back and do that while we've got a minute. So we're going to get on the train line at Seoul, stay on there for a few stops, back to the Retiro Park. Right, so here's Seoul Station. I mean, that was literally like a 3 or 4 minute walk from the Plaza Mayor, so not far at all, and this is one of the main stations. So we're in the Retiro Park, just making our way over to the lake bit. It's only like a 4 minute walk from the Retiro Station, the exit that comes out into the park, so it's not far at all. And we're just walking to the bit where you might be able to, we might be looking at hiring like a boat, so we're just going to go there, see how much it is, and if it's not too bad we might do that. Another nice little fountain here, and this little circular kind of bit is called Plaza De Nicaragua. We've come to the bit where the boats are, this bit just here, and you see all the boats there, and that's the fountain there, but we just realised it closed at 2 o'clock, I guess for lunch, and they reopen at 3:15, and it's 2:30 now, so we would have about 45 minutes to wait if we want to do that. Right, so we did it. We waited for the boat, and here we are.
Yeah.
Captain Bean. It's 3:30 now, so by the time it reopened, we got in the queue at 3:30, and it's obviously taken us about 15-20 minutes to get to the front of the queue and get a boat, but it's fine, there was enough boats for everyone, so even the people had reserved. It looks like you can reserve the boats online as well, but we obviously didn't and just queued up, and that was fine. It's €6 for 45 minutes, which I think is fairly reasonable, to be fair. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. So the monument on the lake, so this is the lake here. It's not huge, but it's a good enough size. And the monument over here is the Monumento Alfonso, looks like the 12th or something, and it looks pretty cool actually. I don't think that the camera is doing it justice, just how like massive it is, but it is pretty nice. So when you do it, they give you like a time slot. So we were 3:30 till 4:15, and obviously the time slots will change depending on whether you've got it close to 3:30 or 3:45. They're every sort of like 15 minutes. So that's the time slot we've been given, and like I said, it's €6. You can see the monument is here, and it's just to the like. If you're looking at the monument, it's just to the left hand side of the monument, so just over there, that's where the boating station is. It's very impressive. We're off the boat now. That was really good actually, €6. I just lay there while Ben did all the paddling. But it was good. It was good. €6, definitely well worth doing. It's an easy paddle,
no
and you can, and also you could just sit there if you wanted to.
You don't
so yeah, very, very good. Right, so this is the lake here from this side. There's lots of sort of like, there's cafes and stands and stuff you can get a drink from, but this is the lake just here. We just got Ben a bottle of water, like a big bottle. How big is that bottle? 750 ml a litre?
No, it's 1.5.
1.5 litre, and it was €3, so just for sort of like, if anyone's interested in that sort of thing. So that was right next to the lake, so that wasn't a sort of prime tourist spot, and actually it wasn't that bad, so we did pick one of those 1.5 litres up for €3.
Yeah. It's not quite in the supermarket, it's about 50 cents.
Well, yeah, of course, but it's like prime tourist spot, isn't it? Yeah, look at these lovely, so this is like the main entrance I think here. I think this is the main entrance to the park, and it's just got all these nice sort of like topiary hedges and all the statues going up there. I think it is something to bear in mind if you're going to go sort of deep into the park. You can have quite a lengthy walk out, so just bear that in mind, that actually, you know, from one side of the park to the other it could be sort of like 45 minutes walking, so just bear that in mind, because it is quite a lengthy walk. It's not like, you know, just going down your local park or anything. They've also got these lovely bits of sort of like very manicured park, so they've got all these like hedges and stuff like this. I think this leads on into the botanical garden around this area, but it's very nice around these parts. Right, it's now about 4:30. We're just heading back to the hotel. We've got about a 20-minute walk back to the hotel. So Sorry, the noise from the road is quite loud, but we're thinking, so we're gonna go back to the hotel, just drop off like a couple of bits at the hotel, like the print that I bought from the Prado Museum and things like that, and then we're gonna hop over to the Reina Sofia because it's literally like practically just diagonally opposite from the Hard Rock Hotel, so that's quite a good location for us. Hop in there, do that. We've got dinner booked at 8 o'clock. We don't want to be rushing through the Reina Sofia, so we might, depending on what time we get back to the hotel now, try and move it back sort of half an hour or so. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we will decide when we get back. Spend a couple of hours in the Reina Sofia and then go back to the hotel, get changed, and then go for dinner a bit later. Right, so just for context, that right there is the entrance to the Reina Sofia. It is now 4:52, and I'll let you know how long it takes to walk back to the Hard Rock Hotel, literally from that entrance. So we're just coming up to the entrance of the Hard Rock Cafe, which is Hard Rock Hotel, sorry, which is just here, and it is 4:54, so that took precisely 2 minutes. So my point is, if you're looking for a location which is close to the Reina Sofia, the Hard Rock Hotel is a good one for that. Okay, we're just heading over to the Reina Sofia. It is 5:20. We haven't pre-booked tickets for this, so we'll see what difference it makes having not pre-booked tickets. Right, so here we are at the entrance to the Reina Sofia. So looks like Monday to Saturday they're open 10 till 9, Sunday they're open 10 till 2:30. Right, so we purchased our tickets. They were €12 each, and that's like, you know, regardless of what time you come, unless you come after 7 when they're free. And then this is the entrance. There's just some like security. So we've gone through the security. The only thing I did notice is we didn't actually brought, because obviously we're so close to it. Ah, here we go. I was gonna say the only thing I had noticed was that they didn't have any cloakrooms, but it looks like they've got lockers just here, which are probably the same as they were in the archaeological place. You just pay €1 and then get it back at the end. Yeah. So they've also got toilets on that level as well, in case you should need those. So we're about halfway round, but there's no photography in like the fine art bits. So I've got a couple of clips of like the modern art bits, but in the fine art clips where like the Picassos and the Dalis are, there's no photography, so I can't record any of that. But I'll try and take more clips of the stuff I can. They've got some like really nice gardens downstairs as well. Like you can go around and have a look around the little kind of parky garden area, like right in the middle, which is nice.
Okay, so we have just come outside the front of the Reina Sofia, and it seems like the queue out this side is much bigger. So if you got a ticket, it may be worth going around to the back entrance, where the queue seems to be much shorter.
We'll show the back entrance as we go around. We thought it was the front entrance, but it's not. It was actually the back entrance. So this is the front entrance behind us here. But as we go round, I'll show you where the back entrance is. But we didn't queue at all, like there was no one there. And if you can see over here, you see the queue over here, like that's what the front entrance queue is like. So yeah, would probably go in the back entrance if I were you, because there was a ticket office there as well. Yeah, we're unsure. So this is the queue for people without a ticket, and that's the queue for people with a ticket. I'm not sure, it's because it's just turned 20 to 7. It might be because it becomes free at 7 o'clock. Not 100% sure. Also, the other thing I was going to say is that, so this is the front here. This is the front of the building. We'll walk around, so you go out this bit here and then you get to the back entrance, but I'll show you the back entrance as we go past. So I'm going to go out of this exit here and turn right. The other thing I was going to mention is keep hold of your tickets when you go in, because they scan them on the way out as well. So I'm not sure what they would have done if we didn't have the tickets, so hold on to your tickets, folks. Also, just outside the Reina Sofia, just here, this is a tourist information spot, so if you have any queries, questions about Madrid or any of the stuff here, maybe go there. So you can either go in here, so all we've done is come out of that road and turn right, just here, or just up there as well is where the back entrance is, so it's just up there on the right. So this is the back entrance, so I've just moved along, so basically that one I was just pointing at is up there, it's just down here, behind there, go through that gap there, and that takes you around to another ticket office. So I just wanted to sum up, now we're back from the Reina Sofia, and we've been to all 3 of the main kind of Golden Triangle art galleries. What kind of the main differences are for people who are interested, what we felt kind of like the pros and cons of each were, that sort of thing. So The main difference with the Reina Sofia to the others is that it's modern art, so it's kind of 20th, 21st century art, and it contains kind of quite a lot of Picasso's works, namely the Guernica piece, which is probably the most famous one in there. There's quite a lot of Salvador Dali pieces in there as well. So those are kind of like the main attractions for that one, and it's various other kind of modern art pieces of varying ages. The Thyssen Museum is a private collection, so it's obviously owned by the Thyssen family. So it's a private collection of art which has various different kind of pieces in it. It's much smaller than the Prado, but it's sort of similar kind of types of art in there, sort of types of fine art. The Prado Museum is a much bigger collection, which is all kind of like much older stuff, and it's there's various artists in there. So the Prado is more kind of like European artists, people such as Goya and Rubens and Bosch and Rembrandt and all of those sorts of Raphael, all of those sorts of artists, hundreds and hundreds of paintings in there. It's much bigger. You'd need a lot more time to go through that. So also the Thyssen collection is more modern art as well. So those are kind of like the main differences between the three. Obviously I'm not an art expert, I don't know a lot about art really, but from our perspective and what we've kind of learned as we've gone around and doing various research, that seems to be like the main differences. Obviously they're all equally worthy of going to as each other. I think it depends what you like in art. Some people are going to like some more than others. I think our particular favourite, I think we'd both probably agree that the Prado was probably our favourite. Would you agree with that, Ben?
Yeah.
Although the others had particular pieces which we maybe liked more or we preferred, overall I think the Prado was just more up our street with what we like. It is much bigger though, so you may kind of like, it's one of those places where if you wanted to do it properly you either need like one whole day there or even 2 days. But you know, they're all three of them are really good. So that's kind of the main kind of museums. We'd obviously did the Prado and the Reina Sofia today. So we obviously also visited the Retiro Park today, which is beautiful. Like I would 100% recommend going there. It's much quieter in the morning than it obviously is in the afternoon and evening as kind of people start getting up and things. So if you want to kind of get all those photos without people in them, of like the two palaces and the various statues and also the monument, then definitely go in the morning. But you know, it's free all day to go into the park, so you know, if you wanted to go later, that's also fine. There's some seriously beautiful architecture in that park, and also it is a green park, you know, in the middle of a city, so it's beautiful and definitely worth a visit. Also, if you have time to go on the boats and you like going on boats on the lake, then that was also a great kind of addition to doing in the park, that we would definitely both recommend, I think, as it was only €6, so you know, it was a good deal as well. And then obviously we visited the Plaza Mayor, which is like a big kind of town square, I guess you'd call it, with lots of cafes around the edge. It's kind of one of those places you could sit and have a drink around the edge. It's probably really vibrant with nightlife in the evening, but it's one of those places you can go and you can see it within sort of like 15 minutes, have a walk, wander around and then go again. It's not somewhere you need to spend a huge amount of time, but like I said, it's nice to sort of sit around the edge, have lunch, have dinner, have a drink, you know, whatever you want to do there. But it's you know, one of these things which is nice to see as well. So we've had quite a busy day today. We have obviously just got back. It's 7 o'clock now. We're booked for dinner at a place called Los Montes de Galicia, which is number 2 on TripAdvisor for restaurants in Madrid. It's a bit further out, so it's much closer to like the Bernabeu Stadium, and over that way, so it's a bit further out from the centre than we've been going, but it obviously looks really nice, and it was one that we had planned to go to. It's a bit of a like nicer restaurant, I think, so we'll get dressed for that and we will go. We'll probably get an Uber because it's a bit further out. It's about an hour walk if you were going to walk which is we're just not going to do. So we'll get an Uber there, and we might get kind of like the metro system back, or another Uber. I'm not quite sure at the moment, because sometimes, especially as it's our last night, it might be nice to kind of like get a metro system and have a wander around the area and stuff like that, and just have a look around the nightlife, because obviously every place is different at night as well, and it's also nice to see these places at night. So I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but we will be having to leave in the next sort of half an hour, so we'll get ready for dinner, and I will show you when we get there. So we're ready for dinner, just going down to get the Uber now, and I'll show you when we get there. While we're waiting, I just thought I'd show you, this is the lobby of the Hard Rock Hotel. So you've got the reception here, the Hard Rock shop is just behind it, you've got the bar area here, and then the restaurant over here, and then these are the lifts here that go up to the rooms. Right, so they have quite an extensive wine list there, but this is the like main menu here. So they've got various starters, various seafoods, meats, and then the desserts are there. They've also brought out this like bread here, and I don't know what this is, but it's almost like croutons with kind of like a buttery, cream cheesy type substance. Alright, so I have ordered the cod donuts to start, and then I'm having the Iberico secret pork with fries.
I'm having a burger.
You're having the cod donuts to start as well?
Cod. Yeah, that's what we call them, cod donuts. Interesting.
So who knows what they'll be like, but I've seen good reviews of them.
Yeah. Oh.
And then you're having the hamburger. Sin salsa.
Sin salsa.
So these are the cod donuts with the garlic aioli. Right, so this is the Iberian secret, so the Iberico pork with fries, and then this is the hamburger with fries as well. That was so good, so good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's my favourite one.
It's definitely on the pricier side, like of restaurants, but it was definitely worth it. Like, it's so good.
You know, you're at a good place when you're surrounded by Spanish people.
Exactly, it's very like local place it looks like, but there's also a couple of tourists in here. They brought us this like frozen beverage thing. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but I think it's like an alcoholic frozen beverage for free, just like on the house. Nice. Right, you can see they add the bread on. That seems to be quite standard here, so it's about €4. This doesn't include tax, this whole thing. The 5 bacalao, about €20. The hamburger, about 25. The Iberian secret, about 27 or 28. Coca-Cola, €3, so probably about €3.50 or something. Maybe it is just €3. And the white wine was about $3.50 for the glass. So in total, you're looking at $86.41. Obviously, we'll be tip with that, but that's our total. Right, we finished now. It's actually filled up quite a lot in there, but actually none of the tables are very close together. So if you're uncomfortable with that, like that's a really nice place to go where you're actually still really spaced out. So we're just waiting for our Uber, and here he is, so I'm gonna go. Okay, we're back in the room now after having had dinner. It's 10:05. So tomorrow we are traveling home. We are not, our flight is at 10 past 12 I think, so we're not really going to have time to do anything in the morning. It is literally just going to be a travel home day. Obviously I will take you guys with us so you can see what we do, how we travel back, like how our flight is, all of that sort of stuff. But given that that's the case, if we're going to get the metro, we have to leave the room by about 9 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure whether we're going to do that or get an Uber yet at the moment. We don't want to really have to like wake up super early to try and get there, so I guess we'll just wake up when we wake up, and if we wake up in time then great, we'll go on the metro. Otherwise we might get an Uber. Obviously getting the metro would save a bit of money, but we'll just see how we feel in the morning. But we've had a lovely dinner, and it was a really nice one to have as kind of our last meal. So yeah, we've had a great time, and yeah, that's been like the day today really. So yeah, obviously please, you know, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the bell icon. You know, the more people that like the video, the further it stretches, the more people see the channel, so we really appreciate that. we've been doing everything. Sorry, I'm tired. We've been doing everything over on Instagram in real time. So obviously if you want to check us out on Instagram and follow us over on there so you can see our real-time trips, it's just at Weekend Wings. So yeah, we'd also really appreciate that. But thank you for watching and thank you for sticking with us, and yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Thank you, bye. Good morning everyone, we're travelling home today. We've just managed to get all our stuff packed up. We're just going to do one last sweep of the room. It's 9:10, so about 10 minutes after really we wanted to leave. I just wanted to show you, yesterday we were talking about Ben's rucksack that we got at the airport, with the fact that it can slip over the, that it has a little slot at the back that can slip over the little wheelie cases, so you don't have to carry it around the airport, which is really helpful. So this is what I meant by that. So it's got this kind of like strap, how well that's coming off on the camera, like this strap on the back of it that you can just hook over the handle of the little suitcase, so you don't have to carry that around, which is really helpful. The other two things I was going to mention were, first of all, always remember to obviously pack something similar to what you travelled in, so something you're comfortable travelling in when you to go home again in. So obviously because you leave on the day you go, you remember to put on whatever you're wearing, like the right things to wear, but also remember that you're going to need to wear a similar sort of thing coming back. And obviously if you've only brought one outfit like that, or one t-shirt or whatever, you're not going to be able to, well, necessarily wear that again or want to wear that again, because it's probably got quite like sweaty and gross. So always remember to bring a second kind of like sleeved t-shirt or something of what you want to wear again, because I used to do that all the time, forget something to bring to go home again in, and I'd have to wear the same thing again, or you know, wear something I didn't want to wear, or wear something really small and strappy that I would have been wearing abroad but I wouldn't want to be wearing when I get back to the UK. So always remember another sort of like t-shirt or something similar, or a jumper or something that you can bring back to the UK. And then thirdly, always put all your liquids and stuff, sort out your liquids while you're still at your hotel or your accommodation before you leave. Put them all in the bags, put it in your hand luggage, and then they're just there ready. Don't put them in your main suitcase, just put them in your hand luggage and have them on you until you get through security, because then that saves you messing around at the airport trying to get all the liquids out into the bags and get out your suitcase, and then trying to ram your suitcase shut again, and all of that, and it's just very stressful experience if you do it at the airport. So just make sure you get yourself all sorted with your liquids and stuff before you leave the hotel or your accommodation, and it just makes it a much less stressful process when you do get there. So they're just a couple of things I thought of while I was packing up. So we are off now, we're going to get the metro, so we will do one last sweep of the room, check out downstairs, and walk over to the metro, and I'll see you then. Right, the music is very loud in here, but I just also wanted to say, just remember, a lot of hotels and things, I know a lot in the UK have this as well, but you have to scan your key card on here in order to go to the levels, so just make sure you do that, because if you just press the button it won't go anywhere. Literally the only ones in this station right now, which is like the first time I've seen that. Normally it is like pretty damn busy. So, but Ben just said he reckons it's a Tuesday today and he's seen a lot of things are closed on a Tuesday, so it might be to do with that, but it's literally not only us in here. Here it doesn't appear like there's any signage for security like you'd look for in most airports, I guess. It's just a sign for boarding gates, so if you just go straight across, we just came up in the lift, there's a sign for the boarding gates. Right, we're through the passport control bit. Absolute carnage, absolute carnage. I will explain it all a bit later, but it's now 11:30. We didn't stop in duty free, we didn't stop anywhere, we just come straight through to the terminal. We're still not at the gate, and our flight is at 12:10, so leave plenty of time, folks, because it takes forever. Right, we're through our second round of passport control, now we're into baggage reclaim. Just going to go get our bags because we had to check them in again, because apparently it was a full flight, even though I can't understand it because loads of other people put their bags on. So yeah, we're just going to wait for our baggage at number 11 up here. Hello everyone, we are now home. So it was all very, very chaotic at the airport. We arrived, so we got obviously the metro. I showed you that. We got the metro to the airport, and when we got to the airport, we went straight through security. We didn't stop for anything, didn't stop like and look and get any food or in the shops or whatever. Went straight through security. Security was okay. It was moving very quickly, so went through. We were flying from Terminal 4S. Is that right? 4S. So it's like a sub kind of terminal off of Terminal 4. So if you're flying from Terminal 4S or into 4S, it's basically yeah, a terminal. So you go to Terminal 4 and then there's like a monorail to take you to 4S. So we went downstairs to where the monorail was, got on the monorail, which was weird. It was weird on the way there as well. It's kind of like very busy, you know, it's just odd, and it's quite long. It feels like Terminal 4S is quite far from the Terminal 4. But anyway, got through Terminal 4, thought, okay, fine, you know, here we are, like this is the main bit now. And we hit passport control, which was just very odd. I don't know if it's now like a Spanish thing, because we found that a couple of times. It was the same in Tenerife, and it was the same when I went to Spain a couple of months ago on my own. And I don't know, it was just very, very, I don't know if that's what they do now, but it was absolute carnage. There were hundreds of people. The line was worse than any queue I've ever seen in even like US immigration. We were probably standing in the queue from the second we got into the queue for the passport control. It was also like a complete bum fight. There were people pushing in, there were people claiming they were missing their flights, there were people arguing, like it was absolute chaos. From the second we got into the queue for this immigration passport control bit to when we got out, I'd say, how long do you think it was? An hour and a half?
Yeah, it's probably an hour and a half, I reckon. An
hour and a half, I'd say. It was absolute carnage. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Like I say, even US immigration was not as crazy as that. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they only seemed to have very few of the passport kind of like, you know, where you go and take your passport. The people like working there, the immigration officers there, like there's only about 4 or 5 open, which I think didn't help anything. I don't know if they've got staffing issues as well, like everywhere else does, like in the UK. I don't know what is going on, but it was mental. So that then obviously I'm so glad we didn't stop at duty free or stop for food or anything, because I think we probably would have missed the flight if we'd done that.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
it was crazy. Then when we finally got through passport control, we decided to get we had like I think half an hour before the flight was due to take off, so we quickly stopped and got like some water or whatever, because we hadn't even picked up any more like water or anything after security, and we like needed something to drink. Picked up some like lunch and some like water, and then just went straight to the gate, and like we then just got on the plane. They had to check our bags in again because they said it was a full flight, which I really don't understand, because we keep being asked to put our like baggage on, saying no, we have to put it on because it's a full flight, but then everyone else seems to come on with like bags like that as well. I just don't understand.
We just look a bit dodgy.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. I mean, it's okay, because when you check the bag in when you're at the gate, like your bag goes on last, so it comes off first. So when you go to baggage reclaim the other side, it normally comes off quite quickly, but I just still don't understand, like. But anyway, that's what happened. So it was absolute chaos. But I think I took a clip. I picked up some at Starbucks. I just picked up an orange juice, like a fresh orange juice, and a little like caprese pasta salad, which was actually really nice. And then we had a little M&M chocolate, crispy M&M chocolate bar, which was actually really nice. I've never seen those before, but it was nice. It reminded me quite a lot of like Crunch, the chocolate Crunch. So yeah, that was it. It was chaos. I didn't really film a lot because we were basically spent the whole time going through security and then in passport control, which I can't film in either of those anyway, and we didn't stop at any of the shops or any of the restaurants or anything, so I didn't film a lot. But when we got back through the other side, it was actually okay. We went through passport control, was quite quick, very quick actually. Our bags came off first, and then we just got picked up from the airport and came back. So that was kind of the end of our trip to Madrid. Unfortunately, we are home now, back to doing normal stuff. So yeah, we've had a really good trip. and I would highly recommend going to Madrid. Just if you are going to Madrid in the near future, maybe leave a very long time, for like 3 or 4 hours at least, to maybe get through passport control and get through to the terminal and all that, to get to the airport early, because it was chaos. But we've had a great time, and I hope that's come across in the vlogs that we've done. And you know, we enjoy creating them, enjoy doing them, enjoy like sharing our trips, sharing other tips that we find, doing, you know, being the guinea pigs, doing things wrong so that maybe people don't do them so wrong in the future. But anyway, we've had a great time, and I would highly recommend Madrid as a place to go. And I think you would probably say the same, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's great. Definitely worthwhile for. We had enough to do over 4 days.
I was going to say, we were there for 5 days, but we didn't get there till late on the first day, and then obviously we left early this morning, so we only had 3 like full days there. I think if we'd gotten, we did originally have a late flight today, but it got cancelled with, you know, everything that's going on with the UK at the moment. It got cancelled, so we had to go on this flight, which was like earlier, so that couldn't have been helped. It was just the way it was. But I think if you had 5 like full days, if you got an early flight out there on the first day and then a late flight back on the 5th day, that would be more than enough time to kind of do most of the things in Madrid. So yeah, we really enjoyed ourselves. Obviously, as I always say, please subscribe to the channel and like our videos and hit the bell icon, and that will tell you whenever we upload more videos and when we go on new trips and things. If you like the videos, it means more people see them, our channel reaches for more people. So yeah, we'd really appreciate that. And also, obviously, if you want to follow in real time when we go on the trips, then we also have an Instagram page, so that's @weekendwings. So yeah, we really appreciate all the support from people who do subscribe. So yeah, thank you, and we will see you in the next series, wherever that will be. Bye.
Bye.
Right, it's actually a few days after we got back now, and I realised that I forgot to show you this picture I got in the Prado Museum. So I'm just going to put this, like, insert this clip now. So this is the Garden of Earthly Delights by Bosch, and it's just a painting that was like, I really kind of like, I was amazed by it when we were in there. So I just wanted to pick up kind of like a small kind of like reminder of it that I can sort of frame and have at home. And there's lots of various different meanings behind it, but I just quite liked all the colours, and I just found it a really interesting painting. So I picked up this kind of like this is like an A3 sheet, and unfortunately it did get a little bit damaged during trying to bring it back home. But what I was planning on doing anyway was just cutting out the actual bit itself, like painting itself and framing it. So this print will probably go somewhere up in our house. But yeah, I just realised I forgot to show you the print that was obviously there. And this is obviously quite a famous print, and this one is the original is actually in the Prado. So this is one you see, and it is huge, and it's vast. So yeah, this is the painting that I got, the print that I got.